¿Qué tal, mis hermanos? ¿Cómo están? Sean ustedes bienvenidos a un video más en el canal del del Teacher Tonchis. Para esto vamos a trabajar en nuestra lección correspondiente. Ya hicimos el hello, ya hicimos el 1A y ahora vamos por el 1B. ¿Ok? Y para esto, permítanme, voy a compartir la pantalla como ya es usual para que podamos realizar nuestros ejercicios. ¿Ok? Bien, esta lección ya la hicimos, perdón, me equivoqué, es la 1C, ¿ok? So, pay attention, my friends, here we go.
One C. Reading.
Lifestyle.com. Making the right choices. Everyone wants to live a long and healthy life. It's not always easy, but it doesn't have to be all that difficult either. All you have to do is make the right choices. If you want to improve your chances of having good health, you ought to eat healthily, exercise regularly.
Sorry, camaradas, se me había olvidado poner el texto. Vamos de nuez. Sorry, fue sin querer.
1C. Reading.
Lifestyle.com. Making the right choices. Everyone wants to live a long and healthy life. It's not always easy, but it doesn't have to be all that difficult either. All you have to do is make the right choices. If you want to improve your chances of having good health, you ought to eat healthily, exercise regularly, and find ways to feel happy and satisfied with your life. People in Okinawa, Japan, certainly seem to understand this. Okinawans will tell you that their traditional lifestyle is both active and stress-free. They also take care of their diet by eating lots of vegetables, especially sweet potatoes and other kinds of food, which are high in vitamin A and beta-carotene. The result? People in Okinawa live longer than anywhere else in the world. On the other hand, not all people have such healthy habits. For example, back in the 1970s, Finns, especially in the region of Northern Karelia, had very bad eating habits. Finland held the world record for heart disease. The authorities from the Finnish Health Department realized they should take measures to help people change their unhealthy lifestyles. They had to find a way to help people make healthier food choices, or else the death rate in their country was going to increase. So, the only way to change the situation was to change society. That's why the government got everybody involved in its project. Health centers, grocery stores, schools, office cafeterias, housewives, and farmers. Towns competed against each other in cholesterol-lowering competitions for prizes such as bike lanes and new walkways. Healthy eating events became popular, and there was even a reality TV show which focused on people's weight loss. Soon, farmers responded by returning to Finland's forgotten forest tradition of growing berries. The Finns realized that having a healthy lifestyle was anything but boring. Heart disease dropped by 80% as measured in 2012, 40 years later, and Finland was well on its way to becoming the healthy nation we know today. There are many little things we can do every day to make sure we are healthy. Having healthy meals, taking the time to wash our hands before we eat, getting enough sleep, doing crossword puzzles to keep our minds sharp, and choosing to live in a greener area are just a few precautions we should take. Each country and each person may have different health risks to cope with, as well as different ways to deal with diseases. However, there is one thing that none of us agree with.
Hola, buenas noches. Bueno, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Hola. No, porque yo ¿cómo se dice? Lo esterilicé todo, güey. ¿Por qué? Ya. Sí, güey, si quieres regálaselo. No, pues si ya tiene, no le pasa nada. Güey, no, güey, si ya tienes, ya no hay nada que te ponga peor tú solito. todo lo puede usar igual porque te digo que yo lo esterilicé, güey. Lo herví todo, lo limpié, lo cloré, güey. O sea, tiene de todo. Sí. No, ya cuando tienes esa madre solito te empeoras, güey. Ya no hay nada que te pueda poner peor. Sí, güey. Ah, oye, bien, dile que sí le caemos el fin de semana. No, nada más Ari y yo. Sí, y sí, para que me apartes una cita con tu brujo de confianza. ¿Quién llega? Doña Marta, ¿no? Sí, para una zarandeada de las buenas, pues. Sí. Órale, va que va, Pipita. Dale, adiós. No, ¿de qué? Adiós. La Pipiola que dice que quiere esta Laura que le presten el nebulizador, pero mi mamá dice que prestado no, en todo caso se lo van a regalar. Para su hermano, que al parecer sí le dio COVID. Ah, no, pero su hermano no tenía. No, pues otra, ya se le contagió a toda la familia Laura. Porque los que tenían eran su cuñado y su hermana. Y ahorita esta Pipi me lo pidió para su hermano. Y es que su hermano está gordito, o sea que sí le ha de estar haciendo falta aire. Bueno, aire no, oxígeno. Aire suena feo. Sí, o sea, si quieres se lo puede regalar. Porque dice mi mamá que prestado no, en todo caso pues se lo van a regalar. Exactamente. Digo, porque mi papá lo usó y aquí lo terminó de usar, yo desinfecté todo, esterilicé todo, o sea que ya estás limpio. Pero justo como es esto, quién sabe cómo lo vayan a regresar. Entonces mejor que se lo queden. $800. Es que sabes que fue, ya no había, era el único que había. Pero pues como urgía, ni la pensamos. Bueno, ni la pensé porque mi mamá sí me dio dinero de más. Me dijo, lo que te cueste. Me costó 800 eso. Pero mira, ahí está un fasto. Bien, voy a continuar, my love. Sí. ¿Aló no quiere ir a rezar? Ah, todavía no lo pongo, me estoy esperando. Ay, me oyó. Ok. Pasa por aquí, no por allá.
Being healthy is all about making the right decisions. Things we can do every day to make sure we are healthy.
Healthy meals, taking the time to wash our hands before we eat, getting enough sleep, doing crossword puzzles to keep our minds sharp, and choosing to live in a greener area are just a few precautions we should take. Each country and each person may have different health risks to cope with, as well as different ways to deal with diseases. However, there is one thing that none of us will disagree with. Being healthy is all about making the right decisions.
Ok, my friends, entonces vamos a regresar un poquito para recordar cuál era la pregunta. Dice aquí, what is the purpose of the text? To show how we can be healthy. Ok, vamos a continuar. And it's here, why do Okinawans live long lives? They live long lives because their traditional lifestyle is both active and stress-free. And they also take care of their diet by eating lots of vegetables and other foods which are high in vitamin A and beta carotene. What world record did the Finns hold in the 1970s? They held the world record for heart disease. 3. What did the Finnish government decide to do? They decided to take measures to help people change their unhealthy lifestyles. What did Finland manage to do by 2012? The heart disease dropped by 80% compared to 4 years earlier. What are some things that the writer recommends for better health? The writer recommends that we have healthy meals, take the time to wash our hands before we eat, get enough sleep, do crossword puzzles to keep our minds sharp, and choose to live in a greener area. Vamos a ver. Dice aquí, research and present. Use the internet to find information about how healthy habits are encouraged in schools in your country or in the USA. Select the information you think is interesting or important and take notes and present your findings in class. Ok, muy importante, por ejemplo, ahora que estamos en COVID, bajo los estragos del COVID, ¿qué es lo que deberíamos hacer para mantenernos saludables? Let's go, my friends. It says here, read the note and write the opposites of the verbs below. Note, the prefix this is used before verbs to give them the opposite meaning. Example, like, dislike. The prefix mis is used before verbs and means to do something wrongly or bad. Example, inform, misinform. Y tenemos aquí entonces que hacer nuestros supuestos, camaradas. Understand, misunderstand. Entender, malentender. Approve, disapprove. Aprobar, desaprobar. Connect, disconnect or misconnect. Conectar, desconectar o mal conectar. Lead, mislead. Llevar, ay, se me fue cómo se dice la palabra cuando no nos lleva a ningún lado. Se me olvidó. Ahorita si me acuerdo se los repito. Respect, disrespect. Respetar y respetar. Ok. Pronounce, mispronounce. Pronunciar, mal pronunciar. Ok, continuamos. Dice aquí grammar. Bien, para este grammar, chicos, tenemos 3 verbos o 3 funciones verbales que nos pueden indicar ciertas cuestiones de modales. Ok, la primera que tenemos es should. Should, recuerden, es debería. Ok, luego ought to, tiene que o tener que más bien. Ok, y luego had better, pues se entendería como tendríamos mejor que. Ok, vamos a ver unos ejemplos. Dice, I've gained weight. What should I do? He ganado peso. ¿Qué debería hacer? Tú deberías, dice, you should, ought to take up a sport. Tú deberías o tú tienes que llevar a cabo un deporte. You shouldn't eat, ought not to eat so much red meat. Tú no deberías comer o no tienes que comer mucha carne roja. It's not good for you. No es buena para ti. We had better go now or we'll be late for our doctor's appointment. Nosotros tendríamos mejor que irnos ahora o se nos hará tarde para nuestra cita con el doctor. You'd better not eat all that. You'll get a stomachache. Tú tendrías mejor que no comer todo eso. Te va a dar dolor de estómago. Ok, y es momento de que practiquemos. Dice aquí, it's a good idea to eat lots of fruit and vegetables. You should eat lots of fruits and vegetables. You shouldn't eat before you go swimming. You had better not eat before you go swimming. It's a good idea to work out 3 times a week. You ought to work out 3 times a week. You ought to eat healthier food. You should eat healthier food. Ok, vamos a continuar. Luego tenemos un roleplay. Ok. Y tenemos una respuesta sugerida. Vamos a ver la respuesta del roleplay. Bueno, una sugerencia del roleplay. Pay attention, my friends.
Situation 1.
I have a problem with my best friend and I'd like your advice. He never wants to hang out with me anymore. The only thing he wants to do is to play video games. He plays for more than 6 hours every day. This is also starting to affect his schoolwork. I'm worried about him, and I don't know what to do. How should I deal with the situation?
You should talk to him about how you feel and explain that your friendship is very important to you. You should offer your support, too, so he knows he's not alone. You could try to get him to cut down on the amount of time he plays and then arrange to do something else. Slowly, he may see that he is happier doing other activities. If that doesn't work, it would be a good idea to talk to his parents about getting professional help.
Situation 2.
I need your advice about something that I am worried about. My teacher asked me to present a project that I worked on to the whole school. I get nervous speaking in front of a large group of people, and I'm afraid to give this presentation. I've talked to my teacher, but she insists that I do it. What can I do?
I think you should look at things differently. You should see it as a challenge, something that will help you learn and become stronger. You know the project well since you worked on it, so it won't be difficult talking about it. Also, so that you feel more comfortable, why don't you prepare for it by practicing in front of a mirror, or maybe a family member? I'm sure you'll feel more confident. You'll see that no matter how it goes, you'll know that you have succeeded in doing something you didn't think you could.
Ok, camaradas, entonces ahí tenemos 2 ejemplos de cómo hacer el roleplay. Ustedes pueden tomar el rol del student A o del student B según requieran o les plazca. Vamos a continuar. Tengo aquí, dice, write a post on a forum asking for advice about something you are worried about. Use the plan on page 10. Ok, entonces ya en la página 10 tienen un ejemplo. Bien, y aquí está el plan por si acaso. Ok, a post forum asking for advice. Ok, aquí tenemos algunas ideas para aconsejar. Luego tenemos una respuesta, un modelo de respuesta, perdón. Dice, I have a problem and I'd really like your advice. I have decided that I want to get into one of the best universities in the country, which means I have to have very good grades. Of course, this means I have to study a lot. The problem I have is that my friends get upset when I tell them I can't go. I can't go out with them because I have to study. I have to study more than they do because they don't need such high grades to get into the university they want to go to. They don't understand why it is so important for me to go to the university I have chosen. I'm afraid I might lose them as friends if I don't go out with them more often. And I don't want that to happen, but if I go out more often, my grades may drop. I feel terrible and I don't know what to do. How should I deal with the situation? Please reply ASAP. Ok, bien chicos, entonces tenemos a este chico que está en líos porque o va con los cuates o estudia. Y tengo un acrónimo que está hasta el final, dice ASAP. Ok, ASAP significa as soon as possible o lo que es lo mismo aquí en los Méxicos, tan pronto como sea posible. Ok. Entonces piénsenle, ¿qué le recomendarían? ¿Que estudie para irse a la universidad que quiere o que se vaya con los cuates para que no los pierda? Ok. Vamos por un ejercicio de listening, my friends. Así que pay attention, pay attention. Aquí vamos.
Extra activities. 1C. Listening. Listen to part of an interview with Robert Buckner and answer the questions. Choose A, B, or C.
Hi, everybody. This is Melanie Knowles on WBNA. Today, we're at the Palm County Health and Fitness Conference, And with us is dietitian and professional personal trainer, Robert Buckner. Robert, welcome to Palm County.
Thanks, Melanie. It's nice to be here.
So, Robert, I know you spend a lot of your time working in gyms, but as a dietitian, you also give people advice on proper nutrition and how it relates to weight. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
Can you tell us a little about what's wrong with the way we eat?
Well, it would be faster to tell you what's right about how we eat. Not much at all. In fact, many people start gaining weight in the first place because of simple, common food mistakes. They're eating the wrong kinds of food, or having the wrong number of calories per meal. Or they might even be eating meals at the wrong time of day. For example, it's really important not to go to sleep after you've just eaten.
Interesting. Now, we're standing next to a display that's selling diet pills that are supposed to help you lose weight. But I've heard that many people have doubts about these.
And rightly so. Diet pills may help you lose weight fast by making you feel less hungry or burning fat, but the results just don't last. When you stop taking the pills, you gain the weight again. However, changing your bad eating habits can give you long-term results. The right food is more powerful than any diet pill and will help you keep a healthy weight for a long time.
And what about exercising? Doesn't it contribute to losing weight?
Actually,
Ok, camaradas, vamos a ver. Dice la número 1. What does Robert do? He gives people advice on their diet. Number 2. Robert says that one of the reasons people start putting on weight is that they don't eat their meals when they should. Number 3. How does Robert feel about diet pills? He's against the idea. Number 4. What is true of diet pills? They can help you lose weight fast. Ok, vamos a continuar. Luego tenemos nuestra unidad 1D. Y para empezar nuestra unidad 1D, tenemos aquí el listening. Así que let's pay attention. Dice
1D. Listening. A. Listen to a telephone conversation between a student and a helpline counselor. Why is Robert calling the helpline?
Hello? College Helpline. My name's Maggie. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm having a hard time coping with everything I have to do. I mean, attending classes, studying, and now with exams coming up, I can't sleep, and that just makes everything worse. I don't know what to do about any of it.
I'm sorry to hear that. Can you tell me your name?
Robert.
Hi, Robert. I'm guessing you're a first-year student, right?
That's right.
Listen, it's very common and perfectly natural for new students to feel like you do. Actually, we organize meetings at our office where new students can get together and talk about exactly these kinds of problems. Sometimes it really helps just to talk to others who are going through the same thing you are. The group meets twice a week on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You might want to come.
I don't think I can make it to the Tuesday meeting, but maybe on Wednesday.
I think you should. It will also give you the chance to meet new people. Group members often find others who have similar interests and take up a hobby or sport together.
A hobby or sport? How do they find time to do that? I never have time for things like that.
We can give you some ideas to help manage your time, like a study program.
What do you mean?
Well, we recommend about 2 hours of studying for each class you attend. So if you have a class that meets twice a week, you should plan for 4 hours of studying. A study program means creating a schedule for when you're going to study, and just as importantly, when you're going to stop studying, and sticking to it. If you do that, I think you'll find that you have some extra time after all. Doing a hobby or sport will help you relax, and you'll find that you have more energy. Another thing that is important is to eat healthily. Do you?
Probably not. I usually get something quick and easy to eat at the cafeteria. Maybe a burger and fries, or a sandwich.
There are plenty of healthy choices at the college cafeteria, like chicken or salads. You really ought to avoid junk food. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Ok, my friends, y entonces vamos a ver. Dice, why is Robert calling the helpline? Robert is calling the helpline because he's finding it difficult to cope with attending classes, studying, sleeping, and preparing for his exams. Así como les pasa a ustedes, merito camaradas, así se siente el Robert. Okay, let's continue. It says, listen again and complete the sentences with the word or short phrase. Robert has been unable to sleep lately because he's worried about exams. This is Robert's first year at college. There are meetings for new students twice, 2 times, or 2 days a week. Robert can go to the meeting on Wednesday. Robert doesn't have time for a hobby or hobbies or sports. Maggie recommends that Robert spends about 2 hours studying for each class he has. And finally, 7, Robert should choose food like chicken and salads at college cafeteria. Okay. Then we have an email or a letter giving advice. Let's see, it says, who do you turn to when you need advice? Why? Have you ever given advice to a friend about why? Do you think it is easy to give advice? Why or why not? Let's check.
Who do you turn to when you need advice? Why?
I usually turn to my friends when I have a problem. They are the same age, so they understand my problems better. But when I need advice about my future, for example, I talk to my older brother or to my parents.
Have you ever given advice to a friend? About what?
I've often given my friends advice about different things, like how to play a sport better, or if somebody said something about them, I tell them not to worry about what other people think.
Do you think it is easy to give advice? Why? Why not?
It depends on what the problem is. If it's not a serious problem, it's easy. But when the problem is serious, it can be very difficult.
Okie dokie, my friends. Let's continue. Oops. Here we go again.
Who do you turn to when you need advice? Why?
I usually turn to my friends when I have a problem. They are the same age, so they understand my problems better. But when I need advice about my future, for example, I talk to my older brother or to my parents.
Have you ever given advice to a friend? About what?
I've often given my friends advice about different things, like how to play a sport better, or if somebody said something about them, I tell them not to worry about what other people think.
Do you think it is easy to give advice? Why? Why not?
It depends on what the problem is. If it's not a serious problem, it's easy. But when the problem is serious, it can be very difficult.
Ok, ahora sí, continuemos, camaradas. Dice aquí, read the following email. What advice would you give Paul? Okay, my friends, pay attention.
Speaking and writing.
Hi, Mark. How are you? I'm afraid I'm in a tight spot, and I hope you can help me with a problem I have. You see, now that school is starting, I want to sign up for the school soccer team again, like I did last year. The problem is, I gained lots of weight over the summer because I wasn't careful about what I ate. I just sat around watching TV and playing video games all day. I'm not as fit as I used to be, and I'm worried I won't be able to keep up with my teammates. We can sign up until the end of the month, but if I don't join now, someone else might take my place. On the other hand, what if I'm not ready when soccer practice starts, and I embarrass myself? I really need your advice. What should I do? Yours, Paul.
Ok, camaradas, vamos a continuar. Vamos a ver nuestro ejercicio. Dice, now read the advice Mark gave to Paul and compare it to the advice you could give him. Do you think Mark's advice is helpful? So it says help, please. And here is the answer.
Hey, Paul. I'm sorry to hear that you're in a situation like that, but I understand what you're going through. I put on lots of weight last year during the summer. I decided to go to a dietitian, and he told me what to do. Here are some of the tips he gave me. I'm sure they will help you, too. First of all, you should change your eating habits. Make sure you eat lots of fresh fruit and vegetables every day to get all the vitamins and nutrients you need. This will also decrease your appetite. You should cut down on sugary soft drinks and fast food because they have a lot of calories. Also, you shouldn't skip any meals. Of course, exercising is also necessary. I started jogging for 30 minutes a day, and that made a huge difference. By eating more healthily and exercising, you'll lose that extra weight in no time. Finally, how about talking to your coach about your problem? I'm sure he'll understand and might even help you out. Make these changes and you'll see that your efforts will soon pay off. Let me know how everything turns out. Yours, Mark.
Ok, camaradas, ya leímos la respuesta. Vamos a continuar. Y pay attention. Dice así. Which of the following does Mark do in his letter? Use short forms, provide encouragement, identify with Paul's feelings, talk about his own personal experience, and suggest a course of action. Okay, let's continue. Dice aquí, underline the expressions that Mark uses to give advice and make suggestions. Veamos con qué frases da consejos. Dice, you should change your eating habits. Deberías cambiar tus hábitos alimenticios. Make sure you eat lots of fresh fruit. Asegúrate de que comes fruta fresca. You should cut down on sugary soft drinks. Deberías disminuir tus bebidas con azúcar o azucaradas. You shouldn't skip any meals. No deberías saltarte ninguna comida del día. How about talking to your coach? ¿Qué tal hablarle a tu coach y decirle tu problema? Make these changes and you'll see that your efforts will soon pay off. Haz estos cambios y verás que tus esfuerzos pronto se ven recompensados. Okay, let's continue. Read the problems 1 to 3 and the expression phrases on page 102. In groups, discuss what advice you could give to someone who feels very tired and has no energy, doesn't have time to cook his or her own meals, is on a diet, but his or her friends always want to go out for fast food. Let's continue. Y veamos las respuestas posibles.
Problem 1.
I'd tell them to make sure they ate healthily. Having a healthy diet is very important.
I agree, but they should exercise too. Being fit is very important, and it's not difficult. They can go for a walk or jog every day, or play a sport with their friends.
That's true. They also need to get enough sleep every night. They should avoid staying up late.
Problem 2.
One thing they can do is to cook on the weekends for the whole week, or at least prepare some of the things like sauce for spaghetti and cook the pasta the day they want to have it.
That's a good idea. They could also make a salad. Salads are easy to make and very healthy.
If they have to go to a restaurant or order something, they should always make healthy choices.
Problem 3.
Being on a diet is not easy when your friends want to go out for fast food, but if you go, you can order a salad. Most fast food restaurants have a variety of salads you can order.
Another thing you can do is eat before you go and just have something to drink there. That way you get to spend time with your friends, but you won't be hungry, so you won't want to eat anything.
I think it's okay to eat fast food once in a while, even when you're on a diet, but you have to be careful. Also, I think your friends should understand that you're on a diet, so they should at least try to arrange something you can all do together, maybe after they have eaten.
Ok, camaradas, continuemos. Dice aquí, your friend Lisa has sent you an email asking for advice. Read part of the email and write a reply to Lisa giving her some advice. Use a plan and the tip on page 102. Veamos cuál es el problema de Lisa. Dice, lately I'm always tired. I even have trouble getting up in the morning. So I often wake up late and I don't have time for breakfast. Exams are coming up soon, but I'm so tired I haven't been able to study at all. Now I need to study even harder. I'm very stressed and I don't know what to do. What do you suggest? Please reply as soon as possible. ASAP. Yours, Lisa. Híjole, Lisa está igual que ustedes, camaradas. ¿Qué le aconsejarían realizar? Ok, aquí tenemos una idea de qué plan se podría hacer para contestarle el email, pero ya hemos contestado antes emails, así que yo creo que no tenemos problema con esto. Vamos a ver un modelo de respuesta que sería lo adecuado para Lisa. Hi, Lisa. I'm sorry to hear that you feel tired all the time. I understand what you're going through because... Bueno. ¿Qué pasó, comadre? Buenas noches. Ajá. Ah, ya. ¿Tienes sal líquida de esa que se usa para los sueros? Ah, bueno. Te la entregó toda desarmada, ¿verdad? Ok. Tiene un lado que tiene, híjole, es que ahora verás, aquí por teléfono está medio difícil explicarte. Primero, la manguerita. La manguerita la tienes que conectar en un tubito del nebulizador. Ok. Y del otro lado le vas a conectar, viene uno como topercito, que también tiene una como pipeta para que ahí le conectes el otro lado del tubo. Ese como topercito se gira y se abre, porque adentro es donde le vas a poner la sal y el medicamento con el que lo vayas a utilizar. Ok, entonces ahí le puedes soltar la sal y pues el medicamento que tengas. Yo, por ejemplo, con mi papá usaba uno que me dieron ahí mismo en el seguro, pero me dijeron que era ay, se me olvidó cómo se llama, igual que el bisolbón. Ajá, igual que ese. Hay un bisolbón que te venden para inyección, ese era el que yo usaba en el nebulizador. L- Ah, bueno, esa ampolleta se la sueltas, toda la ampolleta, si es que tienes ese, junto con 2 mililitros de la sal. Si tienes la sal, te digo, son 2 mililitros. Ok, y de ahí todavía queda un tubito libre. Ese tubito es donde va conectada la mascarilla. Ok, ya que tengas todo mezclado, pues ya nomás lo tienes que encender. Si quieres ver si funciona, lo tienes que poner derecho y se tiene que ver que empieza a salir como vaporcito. Si está saliendo el vaporcito, es que sí está nebulizando. Ok. Y bueno, te digo, a mí me recomendaron ahí mismo en el hospital, era la sal con el bisolbón en ampolleta. Pero también yo le agregué aparte Vaporub, porque el Vaporub como que le abría las vías nasales y podía respirar mejor. El Vaporub también se lo puedes echar ahí mismo donde eches la sal. Nada más que si le echas Vaporub, lo tienes que limpiar bien porque luego el Vaporub tapa los tubitos. Ok. Sí, comadre. Bueno, sí, hay cualquier duda que tengas, me vuelves a marcar si quieres. Órale, comadre, de nada. Hasta luego, comadre. Ok. Fortunately, a friend gave me some advice that helped me a lot. Here are some tips that I think will help you. I strongly advise you to eat a healthy diet. Getting all the vitamins you need will help you feel better. Also, you should try to get some exercise every day. You don't need a lot. Why don't you go jogging or even just for a walk? You will have more energy and feel less stressed if you do. What's more, I don't think you should stay up very late. Try to go to bed early and always make sure that you get up immediately when your alarm clock goes off so that you have enough time to have breakfast. You need a healthy breakfast so that you have energy during the day. If you follow my advice, you'll see that your efforts will pay off. I hope I've been of some help. Let me know how you're doing. Bye for now, Jessica. Ok, camaradas, y con eso terminamos nuestras unidades 1C y 1D porque somos bien chidos, sí que sí. 1, 2, 3 por 4, 5 desde aquí, les aviso. Muy bien, vamos bien, camaradas. Entonces, hasta aquí llegamos. No olviden subir su evidencia a Brightspace y si tienen dudas, estamos en el grupo de WhatsApp y en los comentarios de Brightspace. Saludotes.